Malik asks, what advice do you have for someone who finds out that they're not cut out to be an entrepreneur?
Oh, yeah. I get it, Malik, because you believe, I'm just kidding. Being an entrepreneur is not some great thing. Like, it's just as good as being anything. It's just as good as being a great, listen, as much as it's amazing for me that I inspire people to maybe build businesses that then is a gateway drug to happiness in their life, I'd feel really compelled to be financially secure, have better work-life balance, and be a brain surgeon and save people's lives on a daily basis. Like there's a lot of things, or like simple things like, do you know, maybe not as financially rewarding, but if you're wired to be a great guidance counselor, like impacting teenagers through those really difficult, being a guidance counselor in high school for real, like, and if you're not mailing it in and full of shit and only want to be there 9 to 3, and like if you really are in it, it just comes down, you know, it's funny, so that would be cool to be a guidance counselor, which leads me to the point that made me think of this, which is, if you're really passionate, and I don't use that word, as you guys know, like I kind of stay away from that because I think it's a kind of a bullshitty word, but if you're truly passionate and really into what you do, and you really give it your all, like if you really do, whether you do it for yourself or within an organization that you believe in, or within an organization that you think will get you to the place you want to be one day, which is really what I try to build here, which is one of those two things, right? It's a place you want to be around me and that energy and that success and that machine for the rest of your life, or you feel like the things you'll learn at Vayner over a 2, 6, 12, 19-year career lends itself to the things you want to do in the future. If you're lucky enough to be in one of those scenarios, regardless of what you do, if you like passionately get up in the morning, if you got up this morning at 6 a.m. like I did and were fired up to go, of course because the Jets won, but fired up to go, and your to go was you're gonna go in the office and from 9 to 4, you're gonna clean teeth and work on cavities because you're a badass motherfucking dentist that loves the teeth game, well then you've won. Like you know, my advice is if you figured out you weren't an entrepreneur, well then you're just like one of those contestants on American Idol that like went there, you gave it that back, good for you, kudos, you stood in front of Simon and he said, you stink. And you're like, crap. And then you went home and it aired a couple months later and everybody laughed at you and on Twitter they said you stunk and you're like, all right, maybe I'm weird and maybe I can't sing. Now what you need to do is move on and try to figure out what you can do, what you are good at, and more importantly, what do you love? And then there's the other big semicolon, I don't even know, that's definitely not the proper grammar, but like there's the other parallel thing which is like, you don't give a crap that you suck at singing, you can't breathe and believe that you could do anything else, you're just gonna sing. Awesome. Go get a job at like a karaoke bar. Like go like work at a music store and just sit there all day and say, like there's absolutely this remarkable balance of what makes you happy, what makes you the most money. Some people are just blessed, lucky, or grinded their way into it, or were born with the talent of like being able to do both. I would tell you that if I could make enough money to make me happy, because I want it, because I like it. I like the game, it's the game of it, more so than it. But like, I've often thought about fully retiring and just garage selling. You know? But the problem is I just have too much other ambition and other things I want to do. And it's really not predicated on the money. But like, I'm very close, like I'm one DNA strand away from being a guy that makes $87,000 a year garage selling every day. And that's cool. And like, I have so many friends and relatives that are rip crap happy that tried to be entrepreneurs, failed, just like I would fail to be a professional hockey player or a singer, and have gone on to massively happy, like, it's just about being happy. And so my advice for an entrepreneur would be, you know, dust it off, be like, all right, that's not me, even though it's a hot thing to be right now, and let me go figure out what I can do that is. To me, the magic is, what's the thing that you can do the best, that you like the most? What's that cross section? And that's a great place to be, right? It may not be perfect. You might not be like Kobe, who loves playing, like you could see in his face, loves playing basketball more than breathing, and happen to be phenomenal at it, which is why you become Kobe. Like there's a reason there's Kobe. There's a reason there's Madonna. There's a reason that there are these one-named people. Sure. You know, like there's a reason, like let's cut to the chase, because they happen to have at the inflection point the passion and love and desire and the talent for that thing and found that thing. which is a whole nother category of things, to be successful. I feel like I've had that. But I also recognize in so many, not that exact thing, or the upper middle class version of it. The 8 on a 10-point scale, the 7.2, the 9.1, the 5.4. It's just, that's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. And then there's the balance of risk and practicality. So many people are not born with the risk gene of an entrepreneur. You're just not willing to take the chance. It's just too scary. I just don't know the other way. It was too scary not to get Fs for me. I've always fought the system. I can't conform to what people think is right. It's just not how I see the world. It's just not what I see. So I think tripling down on you, if you found out you're not an entrepreneur, you probably weren't self-aware to begin with to realize that you weren't gonna win in that anyway. You're probably just following a narrative of what's sexy or what's attractive. And you take a big boy, big girl step back in your life and say, okay, let's get really real with ourselves. What is the thing I'm best at that I like the most? And then triple down on that. Put yourself in that position. Quit your job or quit the failed startup and go start, whittling wood. Because you might just be great at it and you can sell the goddamn little statues in an amazing museum shop in Wyoming, be happy as goddamn hell, make a good buck. You're one Instagram photo away from somebody saying, look how amazing this is. Now you're the wood whittlinger for the celebrities. And this is real. But this is real. This is how shit goes down. And it's funny, and I know it's a funny, I'm glad I got you, India, but what do you think happened with DJs? They just loved it so much, and so they made $500 on the side at parties. DJ AM, I watched Docu, and then he became the one that did it for Madonna's parties, and then he got paid $1 million to be the DJ in residence in Vegas. Funny things happen when you triple down on your strengths. A lot of times the world comes to you. A lot of times the world comes to you. It may not seem like you can make them. Too many people are like, I'm awesome at this and I love this, but it doesn't make a lot of money. Ugh, I hate that because that is the place to go because all of a sudden the world comes to you. 1979, I'm a great chef and I love cooking more than life, but I'm not gonna be a chef because it only pays $50,000 at this restaurant and I'm the help. Yeah, until that 22-year-old then in 1995 is 37 and celebrity chefs are now a thing, and she has her own show. That's what I think.